Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Wednesday evening and today we are talking reality. Um, we had a bit of a reality check today. Kathleen went to go and visit mum. I have to say, I have not been to see my mother in quite some time because it distresses her so much that the care home, it takes quite some time to get her back to normal. It distresses me quite a bit as well. So we've left it for a little while. Kat and I were just building up to going back over the next couple of weeks. Kathleen went today, and seemingly mum has deteriorated quite a bit to the point of she didn't recognise Kathleen, which was quite heartbreaking. Um, so she phoned me at work and said, thankfully I only do part time, so I only had to hold it together for about an hour. So when I left work at 1 o'clock, I got a phone call from the care home. We are approximately £25,000 worth of fees at the moment. That's what we're due them. We still have, mum still owns half of her property that was bought after the initial property was sold. I know, it's a whole complicated thing. When I sold mum and dad's property, I bought them one each to split it, obviously much cheaper, because we had so many care home fees to pay. And I was hoping that possibly we could keep something together. That it seems is not to be. So I now have to go and sell the final half of the final property. So yeah, that's been quite a thing. So poor Kathleen, I came in today and I was like, right, I'm going to have lunch, going to have a hot bath because having a hot bath I find very relaxing. So that sort of took me down a level. Kathleen went out to go and see her friend. She came back and Tubular Bells was on the music and she's like, oh yeah, you're a mess. What's happening? And I was like, just stuff to deal with. So I should hear back from the care home later on next week to see what we've got to do, um, to see when I stop having to try and sort out payments, etc., and when the council will take over the payments. So far, the council asked for a financial statement, and it was how much have you paid in care home fees so far for your mother. And so far, we're sitting about 180,000 is what's been paid so far for care home fees. That's not counting what we paid for dad, which was over 100,000. Yes, my parents, well, my dad inherited a property that was bought as a little cottage, and suddenly it became in a very up and coming area, so it was worth a lot by the time it was ready for sale, and I could not keep it because both parents went into a care home and they owned the property. And there was nothing in the wills or anything that helped me, so it had to be sold. Such is life. So today has been a bit of a reality check because I've had a few weeks away from having to worry about such things, just thinking, yep, I can deal with this, I can deal with this. Now I have to deal with this. So yeah, my head is complete mince. But I have many wheels going in many different directions in my head. So we'll see how we get on. Um, it was my last stand. There's nothing else to do. We'll sell the last of the house and that will be it. We will be left with, I think, the limit that you can have if you're in a care home is 35,000. So at the time of mum passing, the maximum she can pass on to us is 35,000 after paying over 250,000 in care home fees. So yeah, not exactly the sort of video that I normally do, but I just thought I would come on and say, look, this is my life, this is what's happening. And I don't like it, and I'm not impressed, but what I have to do is I have to work out for Kathleen and I's future, and that means that I have to draw a line under this, accept that that's gone, and then start building up for Kathleen and I. And that means paying, once we get that finished, that means that Kathleen and I are going to pay off this mortgage as soon as possible, so that there is no longer anything hanging over our heads. We will literally be living on what we bring in. It will only be utilities and food, etc., that we will have to pay. We will not have to pay rent or mortgage, but that is still a couple of years down the line. However, a couple of years down the line, I can live with that. So yeah, just thought I'd come and update you on the nonsense that is my life right now. So I'm now going to go and listen to more Tubular Bells, probably eat my weight in biscuits, and I'll catch you later.